Hi guys! Aoi desu.
Camilla desu.
VK Onee-san desu. Do you guys know that type of bands that makes you feel like they are Visual Kei, but at the same time they are not, but they look like Visual Kei and you never know?
I think that almost every Visual Kei fan faced this situation at least once in their life. So today we're bringing the top 5 bands that look like they're Visual Kei, but they actually are not.
But before we start, just leave your thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on the little bell to get all the notifications. Band number 5, Babymetal.
Babymetal is not so often confused with a Visual Kei band, but we must mention it here because some people tend to forget that they are actually an idol group.
Yeah. Actually, Babymetal started as a sub-unit of a bigger group called Sakura Gakuin, but they got so famous that in 2013 they become an independent group.
What makes people think that Babymetal is a Visual Kei band is their support band, the Kami band. The musicians of the Kami band wear a kabuki-style white makeup, and their guitarist Leda used it to play for a Visual Kei band called Deluhi. And he also has lots of contacts in the Visual Kei scene too.
But never forget, Babymetal is an idol group.
Idol. Band number 4, Bandmate.
Bandmate is a band that can trick you because of their appearance.
At a first glance, they may look like something related to the gothic Lolita style, but they actually have nothing to do with this.
These ladies combines the sweet image of maids of Japanese maid cafes with an aggressive rock style. But it's just the concept of the band.
Also, the fact that they use it to have a contract with the same label that managed some Visual Kei bands like Psycholesemo and Nightmare can contribute to this confusion as well.
Band number 3, Abingdon Boys School.
Why some people think that Abingdon Boys School is a Visual Kei band? Why? Is it because they have uniforms or because they have some stylish hairs? I really don't know.
Probably the reason is because they have connections with the visual world. The vocalist Nishikawa Takanori also was the vocalist of a Visual Kei band called Louise Neri from the 90s to 93.
And they also released 2 cover albums of Visual Kei bands. The first one was dedicated to Bugchick, and the second one to Lunacy.
Also, you may know Takanori from his solo career, T.M.Revolution, where he sings lots of anime songs and J-pop songs. And he's super friendly with musicians from the Visual Kei scene.
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
Band number 2, Unlucky Morpheus.
Unlike Morpheus is that case of a band that can trick you because they are really well produced visually and have a heavy sound.
But actually, their only connection to the Visual Kei is the past bands of the guitarist Hirano Yukimura. None of them really well known, but you can find their songs in a CD called Visual Rock History, Radok and 11 All Songs Collection.
Yeah. And the band number 1, Wagakki band.
This one really got me at the beginning. When I first saw the band, I looked at Matia, the guitarist, and Asa, the bassist, and I thought like, oh my god, they look so much like Visual Kei. Is this band Visual Kei?
They kind of remind me something like Wagakki or even Kagura's Neo-Japanese, but actually they're not.
Yeah, maybe that's because they wear kimonos and other Japanese clothing, and it's like everything around them screams Japanese so much.
Also, Wagakki Band is a band that mixes Western music with Japanese traditional instruments.
But why are they not Visual Kei? Because they don't identify themselves as Visual Kei, and that's it. Period.
Yeah. You can't be part of a social movement if you don't identify yourself with it, right? So that's the case of Wagakki Band. They could be part of Wagakki or even Neo-Japanese, but they just don't feel like this.
Now the bonus time. Lark and Ciel.
Is Laruku Visual Kei or not? Among the fans, there is a rumor that they hate to be called Visual Kei. But what's the truth? What really happened at the NHK incident?
In 1999, Lark and Ciel was invited to a NHK TV show called Pop Jam. Back in that time, all the members had shaved their heads to promote a product that was famous at the time that I don't remember what was it anymore. And the TV staff offered them some Visual Kei styled wigs for them to use at the show.
At this moment, the bassist Tetsu got super offended, yelling that they are not Visual Kei and throw things away. He made a scene for everybody to see. And until now, people think that Laruku doesn't like to be called Visual Kei. But Camilla and we have different opinions about this. Dun, 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 dun. Team Aoi, Team Camilla.
Fighto!
Fighto!
Ready to rumble! For me, Laruku was very Visual Kei from the beginning of the band until around Blurry Eyes time, but they gradually abandoned the style until Sakura, the former drummer, left the band around 97 or 98. And if you look at the super old photos of the band, Tetsu was actually the most Visual Kei member of the band.
That's true.
My argument is that Laruku wanted to be a Visual Kei band from the beginning, but one day something happened to Tetsu and he changed his mind. And since he's the leader of the band changed too. And that's why he got so offended with the NHK incident. But you know that Haido is still super connected with lots of Visual Kei members, and he really, really loves the Visual Kei style with his outfit and his hairs and makeup and etc.
I personally don't take Laruku as Visual Kei for 3 reasons. First, Visual Kei is not only about looking feminine. If you look to Laruku at the time, they used to do it because that was the trend of the time. We are talking about the 90s. Glam rock and androgynous visuals was the trend. Second, compare them to the other self-proclaimed Visual Kei bands at that time. There is a huge difference. Laruku's visuals were way softer than the others like X Japan, Lunacy, Buckcheek, and the other bands. And third, just like Wagakki Band, they never identified themselves as Visual Kei Band, so they can't be part of the movement.
The arguments are here, and if you agree with me, please comment Team Camilla, and if you agree with the wrong part, please comment Team Aoi.
If you agree with the rational part.
Let's see who wins this fight. Well guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up and etc. And if you have any suggestions for our future videos, don't forget to leave the comment.
Please.
Motorcycle.
Aoi deshita.
Camila deshita.
Vike One-san deshita.